the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has vowed to relaunch its rested outfit, Biafra Security Service, BSS. The publicity secretary of IPOB, Ima Powerful, who disclosed this to an online correspondent, condemned the planned proscription of the Yoruba security outfit by the federal government, alleging that it was deliberately kicking against AM0t because it supported the killings in the north and other parts of the country. AM0t is a southwestern security outfit, and this group consists of a lot of players. I mean, a lot of people are involved in this outfit, and the governors themselves are involved in this outfit. And that is what makes progress come so fast. If the political players and also other investors, citizens of the countries are involved with one clear thought, ideology, and mindset, then that is how, a lot of things that are productive comes to be. Ima Powerful also described the Meeti Allah's call for the ban of AM0t as wicked and selfish. In his words, he said, they want to commence the killings of innocent citizens they have wasted in the guise of Fulani herdsmen. Otherwise, why would they stop the outfit that has been well applauded by everybody? What is their interest? Ima Powerful explained that with the relaunching of BSS, all activities of the Fulani herdsmen will be a thing of the past. He assured that the security outfit will protect the entire southeast and other Igbo centralized zones. BSS would adequately protect the Igbo territory just like AM0t would do in the West. Our lives and properties would now be safe. Our women will be free from rape while going to their farms. That is what Ima Powerful assured. Now, the Southwest Security Outfit, AM0t is going nowhere, as the group and the Yorubas are resolute. Apart from maybe one or two politicians like the Jagaban called Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is speaking from two sides of his mouth, saying the security outfit is not a bad thing, but it is not what is needed at the moment. I think until everybody is dead, until the Hausa Fulani Caliphate, the feudalists, until they take over every region and maim, then that is when people realize that it is not just the story of cattle herdsmen or bandits and farmers. It's about cows going into university, a place of higher learning. Imagine, I've not seen this before. Is the university a ranch? Because these dumb, uneducated, uncivilized, and very wicked groups of people have someone much more wicked promoting and supporting them, and they call themselves, that they are elites, they are presidents, and they have integrity and a lot of things, and they are not speaking against such practices. What a shame. We live in a century where where there are a lot of advancement in science and technology. You need to see how ranches are kept and how people are going forward towards how they can even have more productivity when it comes to animal husbandry. But unfortunately, this group of people, they claim it's a culture, a very archaic culture, to take animals from one point to the other, rather than giving these animals pastures that are bought from other places, and these animals can at least rest their feet. Well, some might say, well, it's the practice of the Fulani herdsmen, and it's been a practice of any herders, any nomad, any group of people that practice nomadic lifestyle. We understand all of these things, that there are people that are nomads, but it has come to a point whereby things need to change. Things need to be put in the right perspective, so that, in life we need to get better. Is that not the point? But unfortunately, these people take the cow, they drive the cow probably with a truck, drop the cow in one state, and begin to move from one state to the other in the bush. What kind of life is this? Who lives in the bush? Who lives in the bush? Is there any police station or any security outfit that monitors what happens there in the bush? That is what we are talking about. Aside that, I've seen pictures, I've seen videos, I've seen images of cows in front of Kano University, inside of Kano University. I've seen cows in people's compound, people's houses. I've seen cows just everywhere. In fact, cows in FCT, in front of Aso Rock. Cows everywhere. What kind of life is this? Are we living in a country where cows are now humans? Cows are supposed to be placed in a certain locations, ranches. That is the normal practice. So BSS would adequately protect the Igbo territory, just like AMOT. And I hope and I believe that this is going to happen, as certain groups of people, politicians like Enugu State and Anambra State governor, they are having issues as regards coming with one voice and creating one solid security outfit that will be so established and so grounded that will go against any form of opposition. But unfortunately, that is not so. But IPOB is waking up BSS again. And I believe this is coming to stay. Meanwhile, IPOB also responded to the threat by the Central Zone Chairman of the Ijaw Youth Council, IYC, Kennedy Olorogun, to beat Biafrans of Ijaw origin in Bayelsa State. Now, that's another problem. There are ethnic issues in Biafra land. There are ethnic issues. Let's say the other groups of people want to form their own country and they are going to call it Niger Delta or whatever name they are going to come up with. But there is this, I believe there should be this understanding between the Southerners on how progressive they should be. Enough of all these ethnic issues and tribal issues. It's time for us to come as a formidable voice and form one formidable force against all forms of tyranny and all of this hardship that is going on in Nigeria. And I will tell you for free, if Nigeria was never amalgamated, we would have been better off than where we are right now. There will be respect, but unfortunately, we are joined by force with some groups of people that are not ready to grow. So it's a very terrible one. So I want, and I believe that the IYC, if it's just, of course, it's just a group that are having issues with some IPOB members, of course, it's possible. People can have some form of disagreement, but I want this disagreement to come to a point whereby it will bring about more productivity, because yes, they might have different views as regards different issues, as they might think that the IPOB that are of Igbo extraction are more than them, or are kind of maybe the leader of IPOB is an Igbo man and they feel that they are not part of the show and all of that. So it's an issue that needs to be dealt with too. So it's a thing of shame to see the most respected group among the Ijaw people allow itself to be ridiculed by the unguarded utterances of one man. Like I said, one man. Yes, the person can be the leader of a group or part of a group. He might be speaking according to his own reasoning as at that time. That does not necessarily represent the mindset of every other person. He said, whose claim to Ijaw is at best questionable, to issue a press statement against the great indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, threatening to beat Biafrans who are themselves of Ijaw nationality and indigenes of Bayelsa State. Unknown to Mr. Olorogun Kennedy, whose first name points to its true origin, Bayelsa State and Ijaw land is the birthplace of Biafra. And that's another issue again. People do not understand history and understand what this is all about. I think the name Olorogun might be seen and termed as a Yoruba name, but people do not really understand that Ijaw is an ethnic group, and you can find them in Bayelsa, Edo. You find them even in Sierra Leone. So these are fishermen that have moved back and forth. Even in Ondo State, you find the same Ijaw people. So the name does not necessarily imply that the person is not indigenous to either Bayelsa State, Ondo State, Sierra Leone, and many of these regions. You will even find Ijaw in Rivers State. So these are the education that we all need to get ourselves, very acquainted with, so that we don't make mistakes as regards names. And the tribe move from one point to the other. So the name does not necessarily signify that the person is of, okay, let's look at Omoyele Sowore, is also an Ijaw man. The same thing with Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. They are Ijaw people, but they might not necessarily speak the same language, but they are from the same extraction. Just like when you go to Yoruba land, there are some people speaking same supposed Yoruba language that maybe someone from Lagos State might not even understand what they are saying, but it is the same Yoruba. Just as how it is a little bit different, the dialect is a bit different when you go to Enugu, when you go to down into the southeastern part of Nigeria, you realize that the Igbo of an Anambra man is different from someone that is probably Enugu or down deep there. There are some differences in the dialect, unlike this one that we are talking about. So these are the issues that needs to be dealt with, so we can have proper understanding of this and not allow these northerners to break things apart. So if Mr. Lorogun Kennedy is craving the attention of his Arewa masters by making attention-grabbing comments on the pages of newspaper to attract more financial reward from those that have rendered Niger Delta desolate. He further pointed out that those leading IYC Central Zone know nothing about Ijaw people, history, struggle, survival, and enemies. He added that Mr. Lorogun is pretending he was not aware of a previous and ongoing dialogue between IPOB leadership and prominent Ijaw people in the diaspora. Maybe Mr. Lorogun is not aware that IYC Elders Council publicly hosted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Igwe-Ocha, Port Harcourt in 2017 at a public event held in Niger State. One will begin to wonder who this man is truly representing. Is it the Ijaw people or the enemies of Ijaw? So these are the issues that we need to look into. These are the issues we need to look at. So Imam Powerful went further to speak about Boko Haram headsmen, ISWAP, and all other terrorist organizations in the north that have killed countless Nigerians and Nigerian military officers, yet no northern community has been burnt to the ground. Rather, they keep sending more soldiers of Biafran land, Oduduwa, and Middle Belt origin to be killed by the same terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria. So guys, this is a very terrible time. We all need to stand together as one and break the bond that has tied Nigeria together all this while, rather than talking about issues among the Southerners and ethnic issues. Nigerian army has never taken offense or burnt down communities as a result of activities of those terrorists, but at the slightest provocation of sea pirates in Ijaw land, they will take offense and burn down the properties of law-abiding Ijaw citizens. Yet, IYC has been mute about this. The whole world knows that IPOB is the only organization bold enough to confront the excesses of the terrorist government of Nigeria. And if IYC Central Zone is standing against IPOB but mute against the evil method upon Ijaw people by the oppressive Nigerian military, then it means that its loyalty is no longer towards the Ijaw people but those who oppress us. Again, I said they don't know the Ijaw struggle nor the Ijaw history. I say this because they claim that Ijaw nation is not Biafra and accuse IPOB of attempting to cause trouble in Ijaw land, which according to them is not Biafra. That is what the Imam Powerful said. He went further to say this is not only hilarious but appears to be informed by ignorance. Funny enough, no one can tell the Biafra story without mentioning Ijaw, not even Igbo, which he was warning in his so-called letter. Biafra is a country that began in advancement from the coast, from Ijaw land. The IPOB spokesperson further said, before the creation of what is called Nigeria today, before 1914, every enlightened Ijaw man knows he was a Biafran and that his nation, Ijaw, is one among many in the Biafran territory. This is why Major Isaac Adakoboro, in his book, The 12 Days Revolution, where he was trying to describe the location of the Ijaw nation, he was agitating for which he called Niger Delta Republic, wrote, the Niger Delta we shall consider is strictly the area occupied by the Ijaws, the aboriginal tribe of the Delta. To confirm the consciousness of Biafra in enlightened Ijaw men of old, 1 year after Isaac Adakoboro's declaration of the Ijaw nation, he called the Niger Delta when the defunct eastern region, which comprises all parts of the Biafran territory in Nigeria, wanted to go their separate ways from Nigeria because of genocide against Biafran people by the rest of Nigeria. Another Ijaw son who died as a king in Ijaw land, Frank Opigo, reminded the Eastern Assembly that the identity of our collective people is Biafra, and the name was adopted because no one could dispute that reality. So we can go on and on about this, and but the point is this: coming together as one. That is the most important thing. So guys, that's what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let us grow it together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever videos are uploaded. And if you are already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you for the support. And if you like this video, you can go an extra step by sharing it on your social media platform. Thanks for stopping by.